Bonjour et bienvenue à ce point de presse de l'opposition officielle avec, entre autres, la députée de Westmount-Saint-Louis, Mme Jennifer Macaron, et sa collègue porte-parole pour les personnes vivant avec un handicap ou avec le spectre de l'autisme, Mme Elisabeth Prasse, ainsi que la porte-parole de l'opposition officielle en matière d'éducation, Mme Madoua Nika Cadet. Pour l'occasion, les députés libérales sont accompagnés de parents mobilisés pour l'Académie Centennial, dont la porte-parole de la coalition Sauvons Centennial, un avenir pour nos enfants, Mme Karine Sigouin, ainsi qu'un élève de secondaire 4 aussi mobilisé, évidemment, Adil Soudoula. Donc, la parole est à vous.
Bonjour, merci tout le monde de votre présence aujourd'hui. Comme vous pouvez voir, nous sommes venus en grand nombre pour parler de la situation d'urgence de l'Académie Centennial qui risque fermeture d'ici la fin de l'année scolaire s'ils ne reçoivent pas une aide financière urgent, ainsi que la reconnaissance de l'extension de l'agrément pour le côté francophone de l'Académie Centennial pour assurer la pérennité et la vitalité à long terme pour cette école qui est un bijou. C'est une école qui protège les droits des enfants avec des besoins particuliers, qui est un dernier recours pour plusieurs des parents, pour plusieurs élèves qui n'ont pas réussi dans l'école publique, qui sont venus à Centennial, pas par gaieté de cœur, pas parce que c'est des personnes fortunées, mais parce qu'ils souhaitent sauver la vie de leurs enfants pour assurer une vie long terme pour ces enfants où ils peuvent contribuer à notre société parce que c'est un investissement dans les vies de nos jeunes. Alors, on espère que le ministre et le gouvernement de la CAQ seront à l'écoute et on a hâte d'entendre les témoignages de nos parents qui se sont mobilisés et les élèves aussi qui se sont mobilisés pour parler de leur vie, de leur expérience, puis pourquoi il faut absolument protéger l'Académie Centennial.
Merci, Jennifer. À titre de porte-parole libérale en matière d'éducation, pour moi, Centennial, c'est un modèle. On a eu la chance d'échanger avec les parents. On l'a dit, on a plus de 35 familles qui sont mobilisées sur les 300 familles qui fréquentent l'Académie Centennial. Et ce qu'on voit là, c'est que Centennial, c'est un rempart pour ces jeunes. C'est un refuge. On a entendu des jeunes nous dire à quel point leur vie avait changé grâce à l'Académie Centennial. Donc aujourd'hui, nous, alors qu'on se pose des questions sur notre système d'éducation, c'est très clair que pour nous, au Parti libéral du Québec, nous souhaitons sauver Centennial, pas parce que c'est un luxe, pas parce que c'est un privilège, mais parce que pour ces enfants avec des besoins particuliers, on parle d'enfants qui vivent parfois avec un TDAH, un TSA, de la dyslexie, des troubles d'apprentissage, bien, Centennial leur offre les services dont ils ont besoin. Donc, nous, ce qu'on demande au ministre de l'Éducation, c'est d'offrir une aide financière de dernier recours à l'école à court terme, mais qu'à long terme, qu'il s'assure d'offrir tout ce dont l'école a besoin pour qu'elle soit pérenne et offre des services, dont l'extension de l'agrément pour les services en français.
Merci. La plupart de ces jeunes qui sont rendus à l'école Centennial sont là parce que quand ils étaient dans le réseau public, les ressources n'étaient pas là pour les encadrer, pour les soutenir. Et l'impact de la fermeture de Centennial, ça va être quoi? Parce que c'est une école unique qui répond aux besoins et aux réalités de ces jeunes-là. L'impact, ça va être de retourner dans le réseau scolaire public et avoir des bris de services parce que les écoles publiques, carrément, n'ont pas les ressources et les moyens pour soutenir ces jeunes-là. Donc, ça va être ça l'impact. Le gouvernement va être responsable pour que 300 jeunes et leurs familles se retrouvent en situation de bris de service, ce qui peut amener à un décrochage scolaire, ce qui peut amener à un parent devoir s'absenter ou quitter son emploi pour être celui qui reprend l'éducation de son enfant qui a des besoins particuliers. Ce qu'on demande, c'est une extension dans une école existante où, du côté anglais-français, les profs travaillent des deux côtés. Donc, ce n'est pas une nouvelle école qui va recevoir cet agrément, mais c'est un agrément pour une école de section francophone. Donc, nous, ce qu'on demande au gouvernement, c'est que les francophones, les jeunes qui ont des besoins particuliers au Québec, qu'ils aient les mêmes chances que les anglophones qui fréquentent l'école, qui fréquentent le côté anglophone de cette école-là. Donc, on s'attend à ce que le gouvernement reconnaisse la responsabilité qu'ils ont envers tous ces jeunes et leurs familles.
Bonjour. On comprend le court terme, mais on a vraiment besoin de long terme. Je m'excuse, je suis émotive. On n'a pas de plan B. Tous nos enfants réussissent à cette école-là, on leur donne un avenir avec cette école-là. Ils vont faire des métiers, ils ne feront pas de décrocheurs. Donc, ça nous permet, Centennial, de redevenir des parents et ça permet à nos enfants d'aimer l'école, de poursuivre, d'avoir des réussites scolaires qu'ils n'ont jamais eues au public. Donc, on a vraiment besoin d'aide. On a besoin d'un financement public immédiat, récurrent. Puis, comme je vous le dis, puis je le répète, on n'en a pas de plan B. On n'en a pas et on a besoin de Centennial. On a besoin de Centennial existe demain, après-demain, pour le futur.
Notre élève.
Bonjour, je suis Aziz Soula, un élève de secondaire 4. Je suis à Centennial depuis 4 ans. J'ai du TDAH, un peu stressé maintenant. Premier point de presse. Mais, mais cette école a changé ma vie. Ça a vraiment changé ma vie. Le système public, tristement, il n'est pas assez pour nous. Et on veut que le gouvernement supporte nos familles. Le 26 avril, il y a une porte ouverte. Moi, j'invite tout le monde du gouvernement de visiter l'école et de voir les personnes, les faces, au lieu de juste rester, voir des statistiques sur les choses. J'aimerais que le gouvernement voit les étudiants, le ministre de l'Éducation ou n'importe qui d'autre dans le gouvernement.
Oui, allez-y.
Je vais rajouter, on a une belle page, la coalition, avec toutes les histoires de nos enfants. Vous allez voir, on n'a pas la même histoire, mais notre histoire revient toute à la même chose que Centennial a sauvé nos enfants. Allez voir ça sur Facebook, la coalition Sauvons nos enfants, je crois, c'est ça. Allez voir ça, vous allez voir tous les plus beaux témoignages qui prouvent que Centennial existe pour quelque chose, puis c'est extraordinaire.
On va passer à la période de questions. Je vous demanderai de vous nommer ainsi que le média que vous représentez.
Hi, Dan Spector with Global News. Do you speak much English, ma'am?
We have a representative.
I can speak in English.
Oh, you do? Okay. What's your name?
My name is Fatiha
Your last name?
Sajid.
And you are?
I'm a parent at Centennial.
Fatiha, there's a lot of emotion here.
Yes.
I'm seeing tears in people's eyes.
Yes.
Why is that?
Because you're talking to distressed parents who've tried everything, and they found a solution with Centennial, and it would be a pity to have such a wonderful school close its doors, and then that you face the fact that you have to go back to a system that wasn't working. So you finally find a solution, but then somebody comes and takes it away because they don't understand that it's one school, that it's a school that I was able to see that they wanted to promote the French language for people with difficulties that were not being answered with their needs in the public system. And because of that, all those who were lucky enough to have the English eligibility and study in English are now, like, the entire school needs to close. It just doesn't make sense. How can you be in Quebec, in a country that's promoting the French language? You have half of the school that does the system in French, the other half in English, teachers that teach both the French side and the English side. And yet, there's only a subvention that's given to the English sector, and an extension, literally, an extension, we're not talking about a new school, is not being given to the English side, to the French side. It doesn't make sense. So you're talking to parents here that are desperate. You're talking to parents who have made huge sacrifices in their lives, who don't necessarily afford, but are borrowing money, are getting funds, are getting grandparents to chip in, are getting people to help, to be able to hope for a future for their kids. So it's, that's...
What's the situation with your child?
My child, this is her second year at the school, and she's born with a rare genetic mutation. So she doesn't fall under the spectrum of ADHD or dyspraxia or dyslexia, but she has a rare genetic mutation, maybe a few hundred in the world, that impairs her cognitive skills. I've had to travel the world to come to Centennial, and now I realize it's closing. That's, I don't know, c'est un échec. For me, it's a failure. So we have to find a solution and find a way to get the school to stay open. And think about it. I mean, seriously, how much more would it cost the government on the long run should these kids have to go back to the public system and have to have the resources? I mean, people need to go, people from the government, they need to go inside the school and understand why that school is different. We're not talking about a department of specialized learning that is, teaching differently. We're talking about an entire school where every single kid who has a difficulty feels normal because they're not being pulled out and they're not being tagged as a different kid. They're given an opportunity. That is Centennial. There is no other school. Even other schools that come and ask for an agrément or help, they can't compare themselves to Centennial. I don't mean to gloat that we're the most unique. It's not about that, but it's a reality. So for those who have questions and before taking a decision, we really invite them, as Adil said, to go to school and understand the difference. And honestly, this is the only school, amongst the only schools worldwide, that is so different. Quebec should be proud to have a school like Centennial that's on the map. Canada can, shine thanks to a system like this that was developed by the team, backed by science. It's different. It's completely different.
Maybe for one of the Liberal MNAs, the education minister said yesterday and again today that they're considering giving like emergency help, but they're not sure. I mean, the tuition fees are high, so he said that maybe there's some internal introspection that needs to be done about money management. But what do you say to that? The hesitation to provide this emergency help.
I appreciate the openness of the minister to have met with the parents and the students who mobilized to come here today to be heard. The fact that there is potentially hope for a short-term solution is welcome, but it's the long-term solution that's essential. And these parents, these students, including their administration, has put forth solutions. The real solution to ensure the longevity of this school on both sides is to extend the contract that allows them to have a partially subsidized francophone sector so that they can be self-sufficient. It's the same building, it's the same CA, it's the same principal, the same teachers that work on both sides. We're not asking for a new approval, we're asking for an extension of what already exists. It is the only way to ensure their long-term vitality. Otherwise, a short-term financial aid is a Band-Aid. And what we're looking for is surgery so that we can get out the cancer and survive.
Yeah, what do you think would be lost if it doesn't happen?
Well, as my colleague Liz Prass has said, it's 300 families that are going to find themselves without the essential support that they need. And unfortunately, they'll find themselves rushing to another school, a public system that is not equipped to deal with them. It means that they're going to be often sent home. These are kids that have significant needs. Our public system is not prepared to deal with them and offer them the support they need. They are all testament to that. They've all passed by the public system and have chosen Centennial and have made huge sacrifices to be there because the public system in its current state is not in a place where it can reach these students and help them succeed. Students that were told you're going to be on a modified program and were guaranteed not to receive a diploma are now on a path for success. They will receive a diploma, and that's long-term success. It's what we want. It's an investment in the future of Quebec. So if we do not save Centennial, we are abandoning these families, we are abandoning these students, and we are abandoning many people that can contribute to the vitality of our province.
Hello.
Hello.
Is there a school representative from the administration who can speak English, maybe?
There is not, but I would suggest that these parents are well equipped to fight for their rights.
Great. I'll ask the question, and then whoever can answer can step up. So the Ministry of Education is asking the school to present a sort of viability plan. Mm-hmm. He says that the school is dealing with several funding issues, it's dealing with debt, and that the ministry just needs to see a plan of action in the medium and the long term. Is the school open to providing this plan?
I think the school is more than open to providing, and I'm sure that they are currently working with the best, they have a CPA team that's very well known. The board of directors also are very open. They've been open with every single parent at the school and have expressed the difficulties and the contingency plans and what they're, counting on doing. I think it's really important to understand, you should not be putting the light on perhaps poor management of the school, because there's a lot of things that happened that have kind of put the school in this situation, and for it, part of it, the government is to blame on certain aspects, and that is what we should be shedding light on those things. The school has had to move 3-4 times over the past several years. Why? Because they've had to leave the buildings that they were in. They couldn't find the right, proper space to have a school. I mean, had I been a member of the government, I'd be like, oh, if this is a school that allows so much and gives so much to kids that other schools aren't able to do, we should help the school to have a space where they can function. Unfortunately, it only has the label of a private school and the ticket price that we're paying, but a lot of the other elements of it do not follow. They try their best, but they focus most of their energy and their money towards the education of the kids. It's science-based. There's a lot of reasoning on every single detail as to the way the school functions, even the way the school hallways are done. They're all white for a specific reason, to be able to cater to the needs of every single child that is different. So think about that. It's the only school that provides a 100% personalized approach for every single one of these kids that you see here.
The school has been in talks with the government since September. It's not new. The parents have come here today because we've come to the point where it's a last resort and there is no plan B. But the school administration has been speaking with the Ministry of Education since September, trying to find a plan and a course of action that will assure the longevity of Centennial Academy.
Thank you. Are there any students who might want to share what the school means to them in English?
English? Student in English? Yes?
Thank you.
So honestly, the school means a lot to me and my family because I have struggled really last year. Mostly it started last year. Sorry. It started last year because you change, what is it called? Okay, forget it. I'm in Sec 4. So last year I was in Sec 3 and everything started getting harder and I started paying attention less. I was struggling a lot with anxiety and that really impacted me. But this year, still at the public school I went to before, I was mentally drained, always tired, was never paying attention in class. The teachers did not provide the education I needed, and I wasn't getting the support needed as well. And I changed to Centennial in January and immediately saw so much improvement in everything. And honestly, I get along with everybody because everybody can agree on what they're going through is hard and you can relate. And I feel like I can use the things given to me. I have trouble asking for help in anything. And so the fact that everybody else uses a computer, asks for help, I feel less ashamed and less embarrassed to ask. So that's really has helped me. And I feel like without this school, I'm not going to be able to get the proper education I need for my future. And that's kind of stressing me out.
What's your name?
Maya.
Can you spell it for me?
M-A-Y-A.
And last name?
Last name, Lamarche.
Lamarche?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 15.
Thank you, Maya.
Thank you.
Merci beaucoup à vous. C'est ce qui met fin à ce point de presse. Bonne journée.
Bravo tout le monde.